hell. Slater paced back and forth behind the lobby desk, phone to his ear, waiting for someone to pick up. Frustrated, he hung up and dialed a different number. All he got was a busy signal. "What the hell?" he said. He looked at his phone, confused why his calls weren't going despite having service. Then, one of the monitor's feeds came back. He looked at it, to see himself there in the lobby. He turned to find a camera hanging from the roof behind him. "Okay," he said. "At least that camera is working." Then another camera feed came back on, but it showed the same thing, him in the lobby. All 8 cameras came back on, but they all showed the same image. "Well, at least they're on," he said. He started to see if he could change the feed on some of them when he noticed Juan on the screen walking up behind him. When he turned back to the monitors, they exploded in his face. Glass and sparks shot out from the screens in his direction. "Shit!" He tried to shield his face with his arms. As he started to turn around to leave, he bumped into Juan. "Juan, what the?" Juan grabbed him by the throat. Slater tried to speak but only choked. Juan snapped his neck. Cole woke up to find he was still in the launch area. His head, back, and ribs ached. He looked around but didn't see Juan anywhere. "Yeah, better run," he said. With some effort, he got on his feet. With heat inside the launch area sweltering, he noticed a body next to the control panel. It was burnt and crushed. He went over to it. "Joan!" He held back tears. He left the launch area, but the heat seemed to follow him. He used the wall to hold himself up as he went down the hall. When he got to the restroom, he pushed the door in. Maxwell laid there on the floor, his eyes bulged out, his face purple. Cole resisted the urge to vomit and continued forward. Once back in the kitchen, he searched the cabinet until he found the knife he saw earlier. He heard a clank and looked up. He saw nothing, but tucked the knife away. He closed the cabinet and Juan was there. He jumped, nearly tripping over his own feet. Juan flung him across the room and he crashed into the table. Sore, Cole started to crawl away. "You sent me there," Juan groaned as he stalked Cole. "Sent you where?" Cole asked. Cole looked behind him, but Juan was no longer there. He was hoisted up by burning hands around his neck. "To hell," Juan said through gritted teeth. Cole's neck burned as Juan crushed his throat. The room began to go dark, but Cole remembered the knife in his hand. He plunged it right into Juan's ear and forced it in as deep as he could get it. Juan released his grip and Cole dropped to the ground. Cole gasped for air, but immediately retched as vomit forced its way from his body. He left the kitchen and headed for the lobby. He saw Slater dead on the ground, the bones in his neck poking out in awkward directions. Cole continued to the exit. Outside the research center, students had gathered into a crowd. One screamed as she saw Cole come out. "Call 911," someone said. Cole fell to his knees, and a moment later, everything went black.